One more Australian Model 3 price drop in 2 months and the appearance of a Model Y in the Hong Kong Tesla store. I'm sure it means something for all of us here down under. We're going to see all about that in this video. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is National Tesla and the Gong. Let's do this. In April of this year, I made this video talking about a massive price drop of a Tesla Model 3. And it looks like Tesla is once again revising the price of the Model 3 here. When we jump into this website, you will see there are a few changes that has already happened. The first one being a welcome change where we see the range quoted in WLTP as opposed to NEDC. As we all know, NEDC is not even damn close to real world range. So some people are talking about Tesla reducing the range of the Tesla Model 3s. That's not the case here. Now they are displaying the range in a more real world manner, and that is a welcome change. Now let's jump right into the New South Wales website. Before we go into this, you'll see that there is a small little message at the top right corner which talks about the $3,000 ZEV subsidy which is available for Victoria. Do not forget, New South Wales is having their own EV policy as well, which is far more robust than the Victorian policy. I made a separate video on that. Please do check that out. I'll link that in the top right corner as well as in the description of this video. Let me quickly remind you of the salient features of this New South Wales policy. So from the 1st of September 2021, any sub $78,000 EV will not have to pay any stamp duty. This is for both new and used vehicles. Now, why do I stress this old vehicles part as well? Because people may want to upgrade the Tesla Model 3s for a new one, and this will create a robust second-hand market for Tesla Model 3s here in New South Wales. Really welcome feature. The next salient feature is extensive investment in infrastructure. So there's going to be a charger every 5 kilometers in Sydney commuter corridors, chargers every 100 kilometers in major highways, chargers within 5 kilometers radius of any residential area, and in and around commuter car parks. Pretty darn awesome, isn't it? And the most important salient point is rebates for the first 25,000 new battery electric vehicles, which are sub 68,750 Australian dollars here in New South Wales, coming to effect from the 1st of September 2021, and that is where this comes in. The drive-away price of a standard range plus Tesla Model 3 is now 64,648, dropping from 67,796 here in New South Wales. Now this comes below the 68,750 range, and this car will now be eligible for that $3,000 rebate for the first 25,000 cars. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Wait till the 1st of September and place your order right away. The long-range Tesla Model 3 has a drive-away price of $78,823, which is outside the $68,750 threshold, so will not be eligible for the rebate, but we'll see if it will be exempted from the stamp duty in the later part of this video. The drop in price of the long-range car is from $84,129 is now $78,823 Aussie dollars. Super cool, isn't it? The performance version would now cost you $93,027 Australian dollars, a sub $100,000 car, and has dropped from $100,509 in the previous revision. Some of you are probably thinking, well, I just bought my Model 3 and it is already depreciated. Think of it this way. You have the car for much longer, and this is a fast changing asset. But having said that, our Teslas do hold their value in the third-party markets. Let's look at the WLTP range of these cars. The standard range plus car will have a WLTP range of 448 kilometers. The long range has a range of 580 kilometers, whereas the performance version is 567 kilometers. The color options have not changed. Pearl white is the included color, with 1,500 Aussie dollars added for the black, the grey, the blue, and the red has an extra 2,900 Aussie dollars for the multi-coat paint. The 18-inch aero wheels are included, whereas the 19-inch sport wheels are 2,200 Aussie dollars extra, which is not changed from previous either. The black interiors are included as standard, with the white interiors pushing you back by $1,500 extra. The white interiors are quite gorgeous. These are vegan leather, and they do stand the test of time for people who are wondering. I do have white seats in my Model X, and they still remain white 2.5 years down the line. Full self-driving is 10,100 Aussie dollars, but do hold back on this one because the subscription model is coming very soon, and I believe that that will be a better value for money. Now let's look at some of the features. Range and performance is as seen here. The acceleration between 0 and 100 km per hour in a standard range plus is 5.6 seconds, in the long range 4.4 seconds, and in the performance version an awesome 3.3 seconds. The top speeds range between 225 km an hour all the way up to 261 km an hour. Now autopilot, which is basic autopilot, is included as standard, and then you can always add FSD. Do remember the subscription model is coming. EC charging with Tesla's supercharger network is amazing. Massive deployment of V3 superchargers here in Australia this year. Please do look out for that. Over-the-air updates make the car ever so better after you buy the car, and no other car can boast about that. Sentry mode and dashcam features are a welcome addition, particularly with regards to insurance of the car, and you can always show footage to prove that you are innocent. Now, always remember the storage is quite expansive with front trunk as well as rear trunk and a sub-trunk facility, and the Tesla mobile app is a superb addition to the car. With regards to the interior features, the glass roof is unchanged and is standard, and these are UV protected glass roofs. The second feature is the center display. It's quite gorgeous, minimalist at best, but really good. There is wireless charging for 2 phones which are wireless capable, and these vegan leather interiors, like I talked about before, are gorgeous. The advanced climate control, because of the octa valve in all our 2021 cars, makes climate control superb. Now this is a slight change. You will notice that the interior has upgraded audio and immersive sound even in the standard range plus cars. Previously this was only for the long range cars. Pretty good indeed. Let's look at the expanded view of the prices. You'll see that the local stamp duty is $2,175, which will be exempted from the 1st of September for our Tesla Model 3's SR Plus. Let's do a quick back of the napkin sum and see what this SR Plus will actually cost you from the 1st of September if you're lucky to get into that first 25,000 car bracket. 64,648, and let's minus that stamp duty 2,175 and also reduce that $3,000 rebate, and this gives you a grand sum of 59,473 Australian dollars. This is the cheapest Tesla Model 3 yet. Now let's look at the long range car. Previously we used to pay luxury car tax for our Tesla Model 3 long range as well, but because in 2021 there has been a revision in the luxury car tax threshold, and because it is below 79,625, we do not have to pay a luxury car tax. A great first plus point for the long range car. Now because this is sub 78,000, with the car being 74,925, we will be eligible for that local stamp duty exemption, which is $2,850. And let's do that back of the napkin math again. Driveway price 78,825, and we will reduce that 2,850 stamp duty, which brings the car to 75,973 Australian dollars. So sub 76,000 long range car. In my humble opinion, the long range car is the best of both worlds, is the sweet spot in between, where you get the range as well as the acceleration, which is nearly the same as a Performance Model 3 if you apply the acceleration boost. And this can be bought after the fact through the Tesla mobile app. Do remember that. This boosts the acceleration to nearly a Performance Model 3 range. Now let's look at the Performance Model 3. If you choose white as the color, you will have to pay a luxury car tax of $2,029 and have to pay the local stamp duty of $3,525 as well, including the local registration fees. This will push up the car's cost to $93,027, which is still less than the $100,105 in the previous iteration of this price revision. Now let's look at the costs in our neighboring states. In ACT, a standard range plus would now cost you $62,517, dropping from $65,774. The long range car comes at 76,017 Australian dollars, whereas the Performance Model 3 is a brilliant $89,546 drive away. So you can buy a sub $90,000 Performance Model 3 for almost the same cost as a long range car in 2020. Brilliant indeed. In the Northern Territory, the SR Plus would now cost you $64,019, dropping from 67,109. The long-range Tesla Model 3 is 77,924 Australian dollars, whereas the Performance Model 3 is 91,858. In Queensland, the SR Plus would now cost you 63,357 Australian dollars, dropping from 66,417. The long-range car costs 77,127, whereas the Performance is 90,926 Aussie dollars. Not bad at all. In South Australia, the Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus is 64,527, dropping from 67,647. The long range costing you 78,567. The Performance Model 3 92,636 Aussie dollars. In Tassie, the Standard Range Plus would now cost you 64,473 Aussie dollars. Previously had cost 67,593. Now do remember that Tasmania does have an EV policy as well. So for all new and existing EVs, there is an exemption on the stamp duty for 2 years, which they say will reduce the cost by about $2,000 as well. The long-range car in Tasmania would now cost you 78,513, whereas the Performance version would be 92,592. In the state of Victoria, the Standard Range Plus now costs 64,968, which has dropped from 68,094 previously. The long-range car costs 79,030, and the Performance Model 3 is 93,131. Now let's not forget the $3,000 ZEV subsidy does exist, but it's only for the first 4,000 new cars. And in addition to that, there is the horrendous road tax as well. I do have a separate video on that. I'll link that in the description of this video as well. In Western Australia, the new Standard Range Plus cost would be 66,356, dropping from 69,551, whereas the long-range car would cost you 80,733, the Performance version in 95,142 drive away. Pretty sweet indeed. So across the board, there has been a reduction in price, and I must note that in New South Wales, because of the upcoming September 1st subsidies, all versions of the Standard Range Plus and all versions of the long range will be exempt from stamp duty. Super cool indeed. Now while I was here, I did visit the Model Y page and it still shows stay updated, but as I mentioned in the first part of this video, a right-hand drive Model Y is available in both the Hong Kong and the Macau English websites, and that makes us super optimistic indeed. The Model Y for Australia is definitely around the corner. Sawyer Merritt in one of his tweets did mention that this is possibly coming from the Shanghai Gigafactory, which makes more sense considering our Model 3 is coming from there as well. Now do remember, the Shanghai Model 3s and the Model Ys, particularly the SR Plus version, do have the lithium iron phosphate batteries, which is a better battery chemistry. So there you go folks, the Tesla Model 3 has once again seen a reasonable price drop, making it the cheapest available Tesla yet. That's all folks. If you like what I'm doing, do consider subscribing to the channel. Also click on that bell icon to get notifications of my videos as soon as they drop. A special mini electric video is coming up right after this, so do click on that subscribe button and click on that bell icon. If you are on the lookout for a Tesla of your own, an S3, X or a Y, kindly consider using my referral code. My referral code link is in the description of this video. Both of us will get 1000 miles or 1500 kilometers of free supercharger credits, and you can use my referral code anywhere in the world. In my case, my referral credits, supercharger credits, are directly linked to my hire Tesla Model 3, which are hire out via ev.com.au to get as many bums on seats as possible, because I know that when people drive my car, they have gone on to buy a Tesla of their own. Nearly 40% of the people who have driven my car have bought a Tesla in the recent past, and I'm super happy and I'm super humbled by all these people who have used my referral codes. Now if you want to hire a Tesla or any EV from ev.com.au, kindly consider using my referral code TESLAGONG to get $25 off of your first hire. I'll see you guys in another interesting video very soon. Until then, this is Nash from Tesla and the Gong, signing off. Peace.